If you've got staff who aren't willing to spend half an hour twice a week or once a week, whatever it will be, figuring out a new script to help people to be able to live with less back pain and less knee pain, or to be able to sleep better at night without sciatica, then you genuinely have got the wrong staff on the bus, and you need to get them off the bus as fast as possible. The question was, how do you get your staff to buy into new scripts and procedures when they've been so used to using the old-fashioned ways that have previously ran the business? And I think for me the answer to that one is you have to constantly remind them about why you're using new scripts and procedures in the first place. And I'm often quite disturbed by the fact that staff object to new scripts or new procedures. I kind of understand why they do it, and I get why they do it, but it comes from a very selfish place when staff don't want to move forward with new scripts or new procedures, and it often highlights a bigger problem, that the staff are not really invested in the goal of the business or the mission of the business, and usually that's because that hasn't been identified by the business owner. So for example, if you introduce a new script or a new procedure that is able to change the way that you answer the phone or change the way that you meet and greet customers who arrive at your practice, and the staff don't want to learn it, it's because they don't realise the impact that the script and the procedure is having on the patient, and then ultimately upon the business. So if they're kind of defending themselves and saying we don't want to use the script because we don't think it works, or because it's too salesy, or it's whatever excuse that they'll give you, it usually comes from their own place of, we can't really be bothered to do this because we don't realise the impact that it is going to have. So for me to get staff on board, you always have to go back to what's the core values of the business and what's the mission of the business, and then clearly show them why that new script or that new procedure is able to align your service with that goal and that mission. And then if you still can't get staff to buy into it, quite simply they're on the wrong bus. And in the industry that we're in, where it's about helping people and helping people to make better decisions about health and to live more active and healthy lifestyles, it doesn't really get any more serious or more important than that. And if you've got staff who aren't willing to spend half an hour twice a week or once a week, whatever it will be, figuring out a new script to help people to be able to live with less back pain and less knee pain, or to be able to sleep better at night without sciatica, then you genuinely have got the wrong staff on the bus, and you need to get them off the bus as fast as possible, because their resistance is all about them, when what they should be thinking is, great, this new system and this new procedure is able to make this business more better, more streamlined, more efficient, more automated, whatever you want it to do. And the goal of having systems and automation and better scripts and better procedures anyway is to free up time so that you can spend more time with patients. And if you can spend more time with patients, you can give them more care, more love, more attention, and you can ultimately get them a better outcome, a better transformation, which ultimately the higher goal is that then helps that business and that business owner to achieve his goals for that business, which ultimately there is only one reason, and one reason only, that we're in business, and there's only one reason that your staff get paid on the 28th of every month, and that's ultimately to take your business, or take that business towards the goals of your business in the fastest possible time frame. And sometimes it's a good thing to remind your staff of if they're ever resisting or they don't like new things that you're bringing into the business. Remind them of why they get paid on the 28th or the 14th of the month anyway, and it's nothing other than to take your business to your goals in the fastest possible time frame that you can.
But I don't think he understood, and I don't know whether I said it a bit muddledy-jubbledy, if you know what I mean.
Here's what's got to go on. We've got to stick legally to what Bupa will let us do, right? But again, what it needs is that confidence, that stepping up, that let me take control of the situation. Do not let these people take you into this crappy world of uncertainty and fear and indecisiveness and putting the phone down and thinking, well, she didn't have a clue what she was talking about. Doesn't matter whether you do or you don't, you've got to sound like you do. If you sound like you do, you did. If you sound like you didn't, and even if you did, you didn't. That's the ridiculous thing that we live in this world. If they put the phone down and think, well, I don't know, but she sounded like she knew what she was doing, then you did. But if they put the phone down and go, well, I wasn't really sure what was going on, even if you give them the right answer, they ain't hearing it, because it just didn't sound right. But ridiculously illogical, but you know that. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning from Chandra. Paras is here. Trevor's got large anticipation for this section today.
Well, I have, I think I posted something on Facebook. I have 3 things. I want to start putting banners up in the gym that I exist. I'm going to start putting free reports out all over in the gym. And then start implementing all your stuff, which is by way of setting up a website first.
Okay, website I would say is absolutely critical. You can get ahead of your competitors in any way. My tip would be to do it online, because it is the game. Like, there's no other. Look at how are every one of you making decisions right now in your life? You might not be buying online, but you're making 9 out of 10 of your decisions online. That's what people do. So commerce, the 6% of business is done online. 6% of business where money is exchanged is done online. So 94% that's still exchanged at bricks and mortar premises like ours. However, an incredible amount of people make the decision to buy and hand over money to bricks and mortar premises like ours online the night before, the day before, the week before, the month before. So if your website isn't able to help people make decisions, and making decisions, websites that say, I'm a physical therapist, I've been in business for 20 years, I'm friendly, I'm happy, I'm wonderful, I'm polite, I'm nice, look at what my customers say about me. That's the me show, as Tony Robbins says. That is not helping customers make decisions. That's basically putting out to the world how great you think you are, which is, I respect that, right? And it's just, unfortunately, we've all, like, when websites 1.0 came around, like 5-10 years ago, that's what it was. It was like, hey, tell the world about yourself, etc., etc. So every single website looks the same because everybody started copying it. I've done it, I made the mistake. So your website is the number one thing I would work on right now to get that done. Fleming will have your website set up and ready to rock within 30 days, which is perfect for what you need right now. I spent a lot of time helping them design it. Years and years and years of research has gone into it to make sure that every single step of that website right now is good enough, and that's what that website is right now. There's bigger things you could do, but honestly, that like small 10-11 page site that he's created is all you need. Anything more and you start to confuse customers. So when you see websites with like 30 pages on there and an epic amount of content, you actually confuse people. It's just, a website is, let's begin a relationship, let's get some information from you or make an inquiry. Here's my USP, here's the headlines, here's the things that are going to connect and resonate with you. Let's make a decision.